Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of Strong and Steady. I am Jen. Let's get started. Start warming up our arms a little bit. Working those circles, keeping them small, let them get bigger as you feel that blood flow and things loosen up in the chest and the back and the shoulders. Then change directions. Paying attention to your shoulder blades in your mid-back. Good, bigger and bigger circles. All right, now let's do great big circles, one arm at a time. As we're seated, we keep our pelvis still, and then we can focus on how big our circles can get, how much we can open up. All right, now let's switch sides using that backstroke motion. Staying still, exhaling as you reach back. Good, okay, now I'm gonna rise up and I'm gonna swing my arms back and forth just a little bit more for good measure because I like this motion a lot. All right, now let's go into our hinges. So place your hands on your hips, feet as wide as your hips, knees softly bent, and let's hinge. And think about pointing your elbows toward the ceiling as you melt that neutral spine down to the ground. Exhale as you descend. Inhale as you rise. Good, okay, now let's go into our genie arms body weight squat. So from the side view, belly button in, sink into your heels. Keeping your shoulders behind your knees. Keep those elbows lifted, holding them in parallel to your shoulders. All right, good, okay. So here we are with today's workout. So we're gonna do this descending format again, starting with 30 repetitions. I changed some things up, added a couple new elements. Some things are staying the same as we continue to work on getting stronger, but also getting stronger here in our heart, okay? So we're gonna start off with 30 repetitions of 5 exercises. So here today, I've got my chair, I have my dumbbells. I do have a stick, so I'm hoping that you all have a stick because there is one element that we're gonna do using, we may need both the folding chair and the stick. I won't tell you exactly what we're doing yet, but hopefully you can find that, or you know where you can grab your broom or your folding stick. It needs to be, you know, probably 5 feet tall. Okay, so let's start with the high march. All right, so we have 30 of them, so we're gonna do 30 pairs. So get those arms ready, steady, and go. So we're pumping our arms. 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, that's 10 pair. 1. I wasn't counting well. All right, but I am staying on the balls of my feet. I'm pumping my arms. 10. And last set of 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, good. We got some good blood flow in our legs, hopefully going through our bodies. Now we're gonna do an alternating bicep curl. We can do this seated or we can do it standing. If we stand, make sure there's a gentle bend in your knee, sinking of the hips back, not the knees forward. Okay, hips back, keep that spine nice and neutral. All right, so we're gonna do 30 on each arm, okay? So you ready? 1, 2, and we wanna stay nice and still. We're gonna get a good burn in our biceps here as we alternate simultaneously. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, 1, 2, and you can make the movement a little smaller to make it harder. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm showing you from the side, so I'm sticking with the right angle only. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I'm going long. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, there's our 30. Hopefully you have a nice burn in those biceps. Okay, now we have our lateral lunges. So we can use our chair if we need to. So it would be in front as we play peekaboo around the chair. I'm gonna show you without the chair, okay, because I'm gonna hold the dumbbell into my chest with elbows in. All right, so lateral is stepping to the side and then back to the center. Okay, I gotta watch out for my dumbbells. To the side and back to the center. 3, 4, pushing off that outside leg. 6, 7. Most of your body weight is going out to that outside leg. Use that breath as you push off. And this is halfway done. That's 15. Good, and we try to push off, being able to bring your feet together. Just one smooth motion. Good, 27, 8, 9, and 30. Okay, so we get to work the innie and the outie of the legs on that. Excellent. Now we have chair donkey kicks. Okay, so let's move our chair back into a position where we can use it and grasp the chair on either side. So we're in this tabletop position with feet on the ground. Pull one leg up. So we have this flamingo leg. Knees are together. And then I want you to contract through that hamstring and lift up, okay? So your foot is a platter. We're gonna do 15 on each leg. Small, controlled movement. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Contracting hamstring and glute. I want your focus to be all there, so you're not kicking your foot willy-nilly to the ceiling. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, bring it down. Your movement should be no greater than 4 to 6 inches. You could add a resistance band on this if you had one there at home, but not necessary. We're working slow and controlled. Switch legs. Okay, my foot is a platter pointed toward the ceiling. Ready and go. The other visual I like to use is that we're tapping a thumbtack into the ceiling. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, bring the leg down. Good, and so hopefully you're feeling that in the backs of your legs now. All right, now I'm reaching for a lighter set of dumbbells. We're going to do 30 squat punches. Okay, so we're gonna sit in our demi squat, not too deeply, just like how we did when we were doing those alternating bicep curls. And we're focusing on stabilizing our core as we send weight away from us, okay? So I have light weights. You can have no weights if you like. Okay, you ready? All right, begin punching. 1, 2, alternate, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1. You will start feeling a burn in your arms and your chest and your shoulders. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got palms down. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, lower those weights. All right. Excellent first round of 30. Okay, you can shake those arms out a little bit. I'm moving the chair out of the way because as we transition to our rounds of 25, we're going to lead with cardio again. All right, so we're going to lead with the Icky Shuffle, our lateral footwork. Okay, so if you recall, we start off to the side, step to the middle, step, and then lift, okay? So this is footwork, obliques, glutes. All right, so we have 25. As you're ready, let's get going, okay? Soften those knees, engage that core, spine is neutral. Ready, steady, go. Step, 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 lift. 2, step, 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 lift. 4, 6, 8, 10. 6, 8, 10. 5 more. 1. Get those feet off the ground, folks. And 5. Okay, good. So my hope as we get better and better at that, we find our feet off the ground very consistently. Okay, now we're gonna do bent over reverse rows. Okay, so I've selected my heavier weight here if you had an option. So we're going to get into this bent over position. So feet under hips, weight in our heels. Slowly send the fanny back as we hinge, arms are dangling under shoulders. And we're gonna exhale and draw our elbows to the ceiling nice and slow. Ready? 1 and 2. 5, 6, and try and let go with your chest and arms and pull from your back. 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, finding that isometric hold. 5, as elbows reach for the ceiling like they're attached by magnets just for a minute. 9, 10. All right, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, lowering the arms, then hinging your way back up to standing. Now, I'm gonna keep these same heavier dumbbells as we go into dumbbell skier arms. Skier arms, if you recall, we're sending the dumbbells swinging away from our center of gravity. We hinge and then swing away as we come to standing, okay? So 25, find the right weights. The most important thing is to protect your spine, to protect your core, okay? So make sure you have the right weights for this. All right. Inhale as you hinge, sending the weights back. Exhale as they extend out in front. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, I got 10 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 more. You're hinging into that neutral spine. 4, 5, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, slowly let those arms return to your side. Okay, and now we're going to go into air squats. So we're gonna do 25 squats, keeping some tension the whole time, okay? So we aren't gonna sink all the way down and all the way up. We're gonna hold a demi squat and pulse further down to the ground. Okay, so if we start in our neutral position, upright, feet comfortably wide, spread apart in your stance, and then soften your knees, okay? And I want you to go down just a couple of inches, keeping your weight in your heels. That's our return, okay? We aren't gonna come to a full upright. We're gonna return right to here so we keep a little bit of tension loaded. And we're going to sink into our heels another 3 or 4 inches, okay? So we have 25 of these, ready? We can use our genie arms. All right, squat and up, squat and up. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, come all the way up. Good. I got a nice burn in my quads now. We did a nice slow pace, so if you stayed with me, you should feel very good. All right, now we're gonna do these single leg scissor kicks. We do single leg because it's really hard to do a seated scissor kick. I suppose if you wanted to try it, you'd be leaning back into that neutral spine and holding the legs up. Okay, so you have to have a really, really strong core to do the double leg scissor kick. I'll just show you in case you want that variation. All right, so we're leaning back into boat on our sacrum, and then both legs will float up, and we're gonna contract both. But if you don't want to do that, I'm staying with single leg scissors. Okay, so one leg extends dead onto the ground, and one leg is gonna come out in the V, and we're gonna contract that single leg across. We can focus on the adductors. So I have my left leg out, my right leg's dead in front. Arms are underneath my shoulders. Okay, my heart is lifted, belly button in. Exhale, contract through that inner thigh, in return. And I'm not gonna let my leg rest on the ground, that left leg. I'm gonna keep it floating off. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, lower that leg. Now I'm gonna position that leg I just finished with right in front of my hip. And I'm gonna outstretch my right leg so it's out at a V. Okay, so we'll float up and contract it past center. Okay, so stabilize your core, hands under armpits, float that leg and exhale, contract. 2, lengthen. 3, 4, focus on drawing that inner thigh, closing. 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And lower the leg with control, draw it in. Okay, nice job. Hopefully you're starting to feel some good work going on there in that inner thigh. Okay, we're on our round of 20. So get your drink as we get prepared. In this round of 20, we have some lunging, some calf raising, mountain climbers, boat pose overhead press, And then here's the element that we need our stick for. So if you haven't gone and grabbed that stick yet, we have a stick foot knee raise, which is kind of a new element we haven't done before. If you've done my stretching class, you may have done it before, but it's new to you all. Okay, so lunge to front kick. We're gonna do 20 in this next round, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. So we're going to come down onto that inside knee, rise, draw the knee through, and then snap that foot forward, okay? So a lot of core here. We don't need to come all the way down onto the knee. We can use the chair for support, but be mindful of glute engagement and a nice neutral spine, okay? Ready? So we're going for 10 here. Okay, I'm stepping back, lowering to my right knee, forward and snap, and back and forward, and back and forward. And I'm actually not planting my right foot on the ground at all. I'm going all the way back to my half kneel and kick, half kneel and kick. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. So more than anything, I'm feeling it, my left glute. Hopefully you are too. Okay, now I'm on the other side. So the chair's on my left, hands down on the left. So I'm going to come down into a half kneel on that left knee. Right glute's gonna be working extra. Okay, ready? All right, back. Come through with that kick. And 2, 3, 4, and 5. Think about your glutes. 6, 7, 8. Strong heel. Last one, and 10. Okay, excellent. All right, now we're going to position the chair right in front of us, okay? We are going to keep our feet right under our hips to start off with calf raises. And we're going to start off with really neutral, toes pointed ahead feet, okay? So let's go for 10 and then we'll make some adjustments, okay? So I'm going to use the chair for balance as I need it. All right, ready? Up and down. With control, isometric hold at the top. So you're rolling from your heels to the balls of your feet, pressing them up as high as you can. 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, now I'd like you to go pigeon-toed as well as you're able. So you're getting a little internal rotation here. All right, so toes in, heels out. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna try and create a little bit different isolation, okay? So let's try 5 this way. Ready? All right, up and down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now let's rotate the other way. So heels in, toes out, same thing. So I am really over rotated like a plie, okay? All right, you ready? 5 this way. 1. So this you'll find you're really feeling a lot more in the inside calf muscle. 4 and 5. Excellent. Okay, so we're kind of creating a lot of isolation there, but that's good work. Good for your feet as well. All right, now we're going to do our mountain climbers with the chair. Okay, so we're going to be creating a plank on the seat of the chair. So as you're able to, I want you to place your hands on either side of the chair and step back into a good inclined plank with the tension in your armpits, okay? Now we're doing the mountain climbers, so draw your knees to chest. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, belly button to spine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, walk yourself in from that high plank. I am trying to reduce the amount of stuff that we're doing, putting pressure on the wrists. So there'll be things from time to time, but hopefully less. Okay, now I'd like you to reach for your dumbbells again. So we're going to put ourselves into a position of tension, but belly button up. So we're gonna find our nice boat pose. Okay, so that means starting off on your sit bones, right? Feet down, toes up, so heels digging into the ground, and then hinging to lower your neutral spine toward the back of your chair. And then you're gonna pause and hold. And then use these dumbbells, and we're gonna do an overhead press, like we're going to hold a baby up over our chest. Okay, we have 20. Ready, steady, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we don't want to round. This is an exercise like a plank where we're trying to condition our core. Okay, we got 10 more. 1, 2. So if you're curious, your thought process is lengthen through the spine, belly button in, heart lifted. 1, on our last 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now lower the dumbbells to your chest, come back to an upright seated position, and lower the dumbbells to your lap. All right. Now I'm gonna put these out of the way because for the next element, I don't need them. I need my chair and my stick. Okay. So the chair is for added balance. So I'm gonna have it positioned however you like, close enough that you can have a hand on it. The stick is out to your side. Now, the closer your stick is to your body, the less challenging it's going to be what we're going to do next. The further away, the more challenging, because we're going to draw our hip. It's a hip opener, sort of strength movement. So I'm gonna keep it kind of somewhere in the middle. So the base of it is still a little closer in. My grip is extended out from my shoulder, and I'm gonna use this chair again to help me with balance. Okay, now, the stick is planted right on the midline of my foot, kind of where my ankle bone is. So I'm gonna draw my foot over to the stick. And actually I'm gonna take my shoe off, okay? Because I'm gonna slide my leg up and down the stick, and I'm gonna press my foot into the stick so I can focus on creating energy into the stick and then drawing from my glutes and obliques to raise and lower the foot, the leg, okay? So pressing the stick out to the side. Exhale, I'm gonna draw that knee up and back down, keeping tension in the stick with my foot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you have 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and back down. Okay, so hopefully you lit a fire in your obliques with that one. All right, I'm gonna put my shoe back on really quick on that right foot. Transition the chair to my right side. I'm gonna remove my left shoe. Okay, so standing on the right leg, right hand down. Stick is planted on my left side, parallel to my ear. Draw that left leg out. All right, it's now creating tension into that stick, and contract and lift that knee, still maintaining tension into your stick. 3, 4, and we're trying not to overtly bend. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay. I hope you guys like that one. That's the end of our 20 round. It's a good hip opener, a surprisingly good strengthener for those lateral muscles. Okay. All right. Now I'm moving the chair gently out of the way, setting my stick down. Okay, now we have squat in and outs. All right, so what does that mean? So remember our in and out steps. We're gonna start in, out, squat, in and out, squat, okay? So let's go ahead and start with your feet kissing together. That's the best way to remember it. So they're nice and close. And then we're just gonna step, step, squat, then come in and out and squat. We have 15, it's no problem. Okay, feet together, ready? Out, out, squat, in, out, squat, in, out, 3. We're doing this nice and slow, just so we can learn the new rhythm of this movement. 7, in, out, 10, okay, in and out for 11, 12, 13, 2 more, and 15. All right, good. Okay, now let's reach for our dumbbells. Okay, so we have 15 tricep kickbacks. Okay, so we're gonna be in a bent over position. Okay, now draw your elbows to your ribs and exhale as you contract and straighten. 2, working with good control. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, using your breath. 9, 10, 5 more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's lower the dumbbells. Okay, actually now we have elbow squeeze to shoulder press. So I'm bringing my chair back and I'm gonna have a seat. Okay. Okay, so get on your sits bones, make sure your legs are in parallel, feet on the ground. Okay, I've got my mid-weight dumbbells because this is gonna be really intense for our shoulders and our chest. So I've elevated my elbows, they're pointed at you. The dumbbells are over my elbows. Okay, ready? 15. Squeeze, open, and press. Squeeze, open, and press. Put a lot of energy into that squeeze. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Focus on the stillness of your torso. We have 5 more. 2, 3, 4. Last one, and 5. Good. Okay, lower those dumbbells, set them down. All right, now draw your arms so your palms are resting right behind your ears. We have bicycles. Okay, so we're gonna count each repetition. As we lift the knee and draw it towards our elbow or armpit toward that knee, we are rounding at the spine with bicycles, okay? So draw that belly button in, allow that belly button to contract fully so much that it draws your spine into a sequential curve, okay? Ready? Exhale, 1, 2, 3, armpit to knee, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now make sure your fingers are loose on your head. Don't crane at the neck. 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Okay, now let's reach for those dumbbells again, and we'll do some seated tricep extensions. All right, So on your sits bones, nice and tall, legs in parallel. Have your arms at your sides with the dumbbells in your wrists. And we're gonna exhale and press them up overhead. All right, now bending at the elbow, let them fall behind your head and press back up for 1, 2, 3. Be conscious of zipping your ribs here. 5. We do not want to arch our back. 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, lower them with control all the way down to your lap. And then on either side of you. Okay, excellent. The round of 15 is down. Okay, now that's a sign for you. I moved my chair. We're gonna migrate into skaters. Okay, so we have 10 skaters. More lateral movement, more conscious activation of our glutes. Okay, so make sure you have enough space. All right, so I'm standing off to the left. All right, and my initial movement is to step with my right and then back with my left. Okay, you ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we get to sit. Okay, so on your sits bones, let's take our ballerina arm pose. All right, so we're gonna do torso twists. So thinking about twisting through the rib cage. Ready? And exhale, twist. And 2, 3, 4. And this is the wringing of the towel. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Your spine being the towel. Okay, single leg RDLs. All right, so positioning the chair so the back of the chair is toward you. We're gonna do hands up. Let's stand on the right leg, and left leg is gonna float up as the torso descends. Okay, so we have 5. Ready? Start hinging, bending that right knee. 1. Heavy heel activates to pull you back up. 3. You should be feeling this in the back of your right leg and your core. 5. Okay, let's quickly switch legs. So left leg down, right leg floats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Okay, now we're gonna do lighter weights. Okay, in the seated position, in a neutral, upright, sit bone oriented position. Okay, so we're gonna do the seated breaststroke. Okay, so my arms are at my side. I'm gonna exhale as I reach up overhead, and then turning my palms to the ground, I'm gonna slowly bring my arms back to the ground, okay? And then pull up and press, and then rotate and slowly arms descend. Back up. And as you're able, I want you to imagine that you're not carrying that extra weight in your hands. So focus on a light grip and try and hold that weight into your shoulders. 8, as you're able. 9, and 10. Okay, nicely done. Now, you can keep these weights or you can go without weights, but we're gonna hinge forward, drop our hands, and keep our arms nice and long as we draw from our mid back to get them parallel to our shoulders. So arms are long, exhale, 1. These are our airplane arms, 2. So you're using your mid back and posterior deltoids, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice job. Okay, we're down to a round of 5s. Okay, so dumbbells out of the way. This next one is standing. Okay, it's a standing cross crunch. So we've been doing oblique crunches on the same side. Now it's similar to a bicycle crunch in that we're gonna cross the sling. We're gonna go opposites. Okay, so as you need it, let's keep the chair on one side for balance. And so that is the side, obviously, that the knee is gonna come up and meet the opposite elbow. So let's do 3 on this side, 3 on the other for this new movement, okay? So it's gonna go right knee to left elbow and rounding spine. Exhale, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, switching sides of the chair. Okay, the hand is behind the head, not craning at the neck, just resting gently behind the ear. Ready? Left knee to right elbow. 1, 2, and 3. Good. As we get better at those, I'm gonna continue to introduce those, let me say, until we get better and better at them and can do them a little bit more fluidly. Okay, now we're gonna do pike push-ups. So if you recall, pike push-ups are when we gaze at our toes and try to lower our head toward the chair instead of lowering our chest to the back of the seat, okay? So I'm in my modified tabletop and the weights on my balls are my feet, but my legs are in parallel. Hands are on either side of the seat of the chair. Gaze down at your feet. Then start bending at the elbows, lowering your head to the chair and press yourself up. 1, 2, 3. So you're trying to lower and make your body a dead weight for your shoulders to push up off of the chair. And 5. Okay. All right. Now we're going to add, we did some kickbacks. Now we're going to do rota kickbacks in a bent over position. Okay. So we're just, again, going to practice these 5. Bent over. I'm selecting a heavier weight. So as I move into my bent over position, my arms are straight. I'm gonna do my row and then extend for a kickback and all the way down. Okay, you ready? Row, straighten. Row and straighten those arms. Nice and slow, make it a prolonged, intentional movement. We only have 5, 4, last one, 5, and lower those weights. Okay, core leg extensions. All right, so this we're gonna do 5 on each leg. And like the scissor kick, this one is intended to go with both legs moving, but it's a little bit more challenging from the chair. So we'll do a single leg extension, okay? So one leg dead, and we're gonna draw knee to chest, contracting through the core, imagining that our core is drawing that knee in, okay? Ready? 1, 2, imagine that pelvic floor is lifting, belly button to spine, as that knee comes forward. 1 more, and 5. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Okay, now return your feet to the soles of their feet, legs in parallel on your sit bones. To wrap things up before we go into stretching, we're going to do our scarecrow arms. Okay, so start with your arms extended out from your shoulders, bent at a right angle, palms down. We're gonna rotate up to the center and down. That's 1. Up, center, and down. 2. So if you're focusing, your elbows should be staying in one place. Externally and then internally rotating. Give me 1 more. Good, okay. Now let's come back to our arm circles, just gently. Working through that motion and then changing directions. Good, and then arms reaching up overhead, grabbing right hand, grabbing left wrist and opening to the side and stretching to the west. I happen to have a really heavy right heel right now as it's helping to keep me stabilized. Now I'm gonna go left wrist or left hand to right wrist, and then my left heel is gonna become really heavy to activate that glute and hamstring to help me stabilize on my chair. Good, back to center. All right, come to standing and we'll hinge just a little bit to finish up today. So exhale as you hinge forward, neutral spine. Pause here for a moment. Languish in that stretch of the hamstrings and glutes. And then press your heels to the ground to rise up. And let's go 1 more as we exhale, melting. Allow your shoulders to pass beyond your hips as you're able with that neutral spine. Perhaps you can let your arms dangle down to the ground. Play around with your center of gravity from your heels to the balls of your feet. Now, as a differentiator, I want us to pull up 1 vertebrae at a time instead of hinging up. So draw that belly button in and start peeling your way back up as you restack each vertebrae, staying soft through the shoulders as long as you can until you're all the way back in an upright position. Heart is lifted. All right, good class today, guys. I hope you have a great Tuesday. Stay cool. Thursday will be better, not nearly as hot. So have a good rest of your day. Bye.